Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin and I'm a dumb dad.
Hey there, my name is Evan and I am a dumb dad.
Cheers.
Cheers, dummy. Congratulations, Kevin, on getting through another week of parenting.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Thanks.
you just, I feel like you deserved it.
Why?
Because you're my buddy and you deserve it. And you're a good guy.
That sounds like a pivot.
It's
sounds
not
like
a
you had a
setup.
reason
No.
to say
No.
like something happened that you and your
No.
wife were like, not good in that household.
No. No, it's just for you because you're my buddy and I
Okay.
appreciate you.
Oh, well then,
So-
I wanted to say congrats to you. I just I thought of this on my own completely.
So cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well into December. Here's how I wanted to start off this week's podcast.
Okay.
By reminding everybody that we, for every new follower and new subscriber, we're doing it at the top, okay? Because you can't skip through it.
You
You
can.
technically could, but I hope you don't.
And they just did.
For every new subscriber or follower to the podcast, we're going to donate an additional $5 to No Kid Hungry
Mm-hmm.
until December 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to make a donation on the 24th. We've already made a donation, but we want to make an extra big donation on the 24th. So
Tell everybody about this podcast.
tell everybody about the podcast. Share it with your friends. Pester your friends that don't have kids.
Oh,
Just tell. Just listen. You don't listen to podcasts already. Subscribe to this podcast.
First of all, they do because they have all the time in the world because they don't have kids. They've listened to so many podcasts.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to help out the kids.
Okay.
So subscribe,
You're trying
follow to
help
the podcast, send it out to the people that you think would enjoy the podcast.
Mhm.
They can subscribe, follow to the podcast, and we'll make an extra big donation to No Kid Hungry
That's
at
a
the end of the
good.
month.
It's a good opportunity for you to show your mom and dad how to use podcasts.
That's a great point. And I'll tell you what.
Let's get the median of our subscribers. Let's break the 50 mark of 50 years old.
Is that what it is? You think the marker's 50?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's younger, but we could.
It's younger.
Let's get the.
It's younger.
Let's get the greatest generation in there.
That's what I'm thinking. You think the younger than 50 is still technologically a little challenged? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was just saying if we already have young followers. If we get
Okay.
much older followers, way older
Yeah.
than the middle, it's math.
Just grab somebody's device, go into podcast.
median, or mode. That was a week of school that I can't get back.
How are you, pal?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing
We're into December. We decorated the day, like I said, the day after Thanksgiving. Which we've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Yeah, no, not to the level we did. It was never on Black Friday. We're putting Christmas lights up outside. But as is my curse, as is all dad curses and some moms of putting up the Christmas lights. 2 years ago, we bought a set of like LED lights, the big bulbs. Last year, didn't work.
You take them out of the box, they don't fire.
They didn't fire. One fired, the other didn't. Was like, I'll buy another set, discontinued. Had to get a
here's the
whole new
thing.
set.
Here's the thing.
Discontinued.
Even coming from a dad's perspective, it's brilliant business design.
In a year, it discontinued.
One-time use, really.
Yeah.
One-time use. And then you
One month
carefully
use.
put it away.
Carefully put it away, spooled it up, waste of my life.
Yeah. Big,
Anyway.
huge waste of time.
So I get them this year, and I'm half expecting this new set to just be burnt out. Plug it in, and it just maybe like a cartoonish like and like
Yeah.
a smoke cloud
Just
that looks like a
just
tiny
dust.
atomic bomb smoke
Yeah.
cloud. And
It's like 8 tiny little mushroom
Yeah.
clouds on the end of
Yeah.
your gutter.
I'll just go one after the other.
I stapled so many already.
So I get them all up, and there's several out. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I go to and then I look them up. They're exclusive to a hardware store.
That exact one?
That brand that I bought that I
What a
liked, which
mistake.
to be fair, I do like. I do like the lights. They look like the old timey ones, but they won't set your house on fire. You know what I'm talking about? The ones like you grew up with that are gigantic.
Sure, yeah, I see what you mean. Like they're kind of the old,
The old ones that aren't like very close to
slightly
having a
opaque
candle
bulbs.
on-
But,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But now they're LEDs. It used to be the natural gas that
Yeah,
ran through the
natural
lines,
gas.
and
Yep.
there's a little pilot light in each one.
And you had that big accordion fan, you know, to keep the fire
To
going.
make them burn brighter.
Yep.
I tell you, sir. Explain to the firefighter. Well, I one too many pumps.
Mm-hmm. Did you read the instructions? It came with instructions? Yeah.
I think I threw a piece of paper away with all the extra bulbs and fuses.
I thought it was to feed the fire.
It's kindling.
Yeah.
It's a starter.
So there was a couple out, and I had a nice moment where I went to the hardware store, bought a bunch of replacements, and I asked my son, I was like, should we go replace some light bulbs? He was so jazzed. And he was like, absolutely. And I was like, great, you just got to hold these light bulbs.
As if he understood anything you said.
Yeah. He did understand, but he was just like, he's at that age where it's like, yeah, I can help Dad.
Yeah.
And it was literally just like, hold these. And he's like, I'm killing it today.
See you later.
Doing great.
And he's stuck with it.
He stuck with it. He stayed
That's
there.
the thing. Like, he's at that age where he thinks, I'm going to help Dad. And then 5 seconds later, he's like,
gone.
this sucks.
Where are the light bulbs? I buried them all.
Yeah.
Throughout the yard.
I siphoned the gas out of them.
Hear a crunch and you win. If your foot starts getting warm, you really won. So this is just, so we go through, we look at all the lights. Okay, this one, and unscrew them, replace them, and make sure, like, you don't want to overlap colors like a noob. You got to keep the pattern going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
might as well just put a "I'm a moron" sign in your yard.
Yeah. So we did that. We got every single light. We all went great, and then I did like a let's take last look, and we went and we stepped out on the sidewalk and we looked, we scanned and looked at it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. Packed them all up. Packed up the ladder. Brought it back to the garage. Hung it back up. And I was like, and we went inside, grabbed my daughter, and was like, we got all the lights up now. Now, like, we did like the bushes as well as change the light bulbs. Like,
Sure.
we just did a project. It was like, come on, let's see the lights. We come out there looking. My daughter's like, oh, I love it. And my son's just like, it's great, right? I helped. And then I'm just looking, and I'm seeing the one light bulb that blew out. Since I put the ladder away, because it definitely didn't.
That's only reachable with a ladder.
It's only reachable with a ladder.
Sure.
It's up on the roof.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. Oh, fuck me, right?
It's the effort that counts, but
Yeah.
I'm counting one bulb. It's not burning very bright, so I think I'm gonna go for a walk.
It genuinely tickled me. It made me laugh. It's still there. It'll be next year's problem.
Yeah. Because that bulb and everyone behind it will go out.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for it.
It's the string of lights saying, change me. I dare you. I
Yeah.
dare you change me.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Stretch us out, dissect it, pull it apart, try to just buy another strand.
Mhm.
What are we doing here?
They're exclusive at this store. I know where they're exclusive at. I now know where they're exclusive at.
Exclusive at this store. Massive mistake.
It doesn't say exclusive to the store, but when you search it, the store is the only place that comes up, and it's not Amazon.
A couple years ago, my wife and I found out about the spoiler alert, ChristmasLights.com. And this is where we bought
ChristmasLights.com.
yes. And
Now I have to know if those lights get sold there.
Yeah.
I'd be very excited.
this is where we bought those cafe lights for your backyard.
Yeah.
Like the regular just round bulbs you find at like an outdoor cafe,
Yeah.
coffee shop, whatever. We bought them there. So we thought, how funny is it? It's sort of adjacent to those, like, maybe every town has this. There's a Halloween store that's open year round in your town somewhere.
Well, we live in Los Angeles, so that's not a stretch. But I know what you
Los
mean.
Angeles, there's like 1,300 of them.
Are you talking about Hot
because
Topic?
Band T-shirt wall. Got you.
I'm wearing a sweater without a hoodie. I'm a dad.
Yeah, but I mean, we thought it was hilarious that's a great place to find, of course, Christmas lights, but there's like strands of lights galore is literally what this place, which
They
makes
got to
you think,
make sales in the off season.
hey, you got to figure out what to do. I mean, you're online, you're open all the time, but you're going to sell something.
Talk about regretting your name.
I know, man. What a missed opportunity. I mean,
Approved. Oh, you know what I was just thinking? What? The rest of the year.
yeah, 11 months out of the year, we could be selling other stuff. Speaking of selling things,
Sold your
I
kids.
have a dumb dad moment.
Oh, okay.
My dumb dad moment this week is just getting sold something and not having the Christmas lights to turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas bulbs to turn it down. So my wife went on like a day with her friend, massage salon. Like it was very excited. They set it up. They were going to be gone for like most of the day. Great.
Very excited. Needed.
Well deserved.
Needed as a parent.
Well deserved.
Very excited. They're just happy.
How could you not be excited?
We're happy to check the mail at this point. That's
Yeah.
a vacation. Why do you think we close the door behind us?
Yeah.
We don't need to.
For that deep breath you need to take.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to be with the kids for a while, did school pickup, all the whole thing. It was fine.
Uh-huh.
And but because of that, when you're one parent at home and the kids are doing their thing, you're a little bit distracted on you're a little thin, right? You're stretched a little thin with all what's going on because you're kind of handling a bunch of stuff at once.
Uh-huh.
So this person knocks on the door, and very nice person trying to sell internet. Now here's the thing. Not that we've had internet issues at my house, but once in a while, I'm sure like most people, you're like, could it be faster?
Always.
Is my upload speed fast enough? You do the test once in a while. You think like, that seems like a high number, but it might not be. I don't know if it's high enough.
I got a Wi-Fi router extender that pushes the Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have for no other reason than it comes with an app, so I can dad out and just
Create
just-
another
let me
yet
just-
another username.
Let me just do a quick test real quick. That text didn't send fast enough. Oh, okay, 4K.
All right. Oh, that's up. That's my up
Yeah.
speed. Okay. Anyway, so this person comes to the door, and it was very clear that this is not the job for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of eye contact, pretty nervous. And so immediately I'm like, I can't really just tell this person to get the hell out of here. I felt bad. So I was like, I'll hear your pitch, right? I mean, like, no eye contact, none of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids are like halfway asking me for a snack from the other room as I'm like, just give me. What I should have done is just been like, we have internet. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We have it.
I mean, I think they'd be shocked if you didn't. To be
What they
fair.
had me on was they just installed the fiber optic cable in your neighborhood.
Oh, listen to this guy. Listen to this dad.
Well, that's how you get a dad is like tech speak.
Yeah.
Oh, new technology.
Oh God, I gotta pretend I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fiber optic. I've heard that's pretty fast. What is that? So I was like, well, that's interesting. It's a different company that we don't have. Ultimately, my goal was to go, and the whole thing was like, we just installed it. We're sort of halfway testing it. Mm-hmm. So we're going around just asking people in the vicinity, do you want to try it for a month?
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is try it. If you don't even want it, send it back. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do that. I can do that.
We'll see.
Did I do that?
Yep.
No. We got our first bill of $75.
Oh, you didn't send it back.
No, I forgot.
So you've had 2 internets for over a month.
I had 2 internets for a month.
Which one's better?
Haven't really got to testing it. I tried to sign in with the thing on the bottom of the router. It didn't work.
Hold on. Hold on. You've had 2 internets. Like we're
Yeah.
talking about dadding out about like lights
Yeah.
and fiber optic cables.
Yeah.
You had
Speaking
the
of burnt out
opportunity.
bulbs. Right, this guy right here.
Like there's a little nuclear smoke cloud.
Yeah. There was smoke coming out of my ears.
You had the opportunity to do a real dad out moment and test 2 internets. Like
here's the thing.
like you could have held up 2 iPads and just click the same shows on 2 different internets.
I know, but Kevin, you understand. Who has time for that? I don't have time for that. I thought I might.
Everyone poops.
That's true. Not with 2 laptops in their hands.
Some of us do. You feel like
I'm not as productive on the toilet as
you
you.
can feel like Batman on the toilet.
I'm much more speedy
You have
about
a
my...
bunch of computer monitors. Oh, the Joker's at it again.
I don't have time to actually go to the bathroom on the toilet. I usually just use the vicinities of the neighborhoods.
It is true.
That's as efficient as you can get.
You're a man on the run.
Runs. And anyway, I forgot. And so now we got to pay $75 and then to say like, hey, we don't want this anymore. I was thinking it was the company tied into our phone bill. So part of me is thinking like, well, maybe we'll get like a
bundle.
package, a bundle. But that's assuming like a stupid idiot that I'd have time to like set aside an entire afternoon. prioritizing something like that above everything else in my life.
Mm-hmm.
To sit on the couch and go, okay, let's sign into both of these and see like research and benefit, blah, blah. To what? Maybe competitively save $5 a month? You moron. I need to sack up and say like, hey, look, man, I don't know what I hope you sell internet to everybody but me, but I just don't have time for this right now. I apologize if I come off as kind of not being very patient with you right now, but I just don't have time for it. And you know how easy that was to say to you? I can't even say it to a stranger. That's how much a people pleaser I am because I just felt so bad.
But are you a real dad if you don't?
Yes, as far as I know.
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
If you don't competitively save $5 a month, if you're not checking that thermostat, if for no other reason than $5 a month.
Well, that's true. But I didn't check. That's the problem.
No, you didn't. You haven't checked the thermostat in days.
I have. The thermostat is pretty much off.
Oh, okay.
And you can suck it up and put a sweatshirt on if you're cold. So, yeah, that's the update. Just being a moron thinking that will be my, like, a little experiment.
Can I give you...
When I get around to it.
Can I give you my...
Some advice?
Some advice.
I can use how to answer... I can use your 2 cents in about another 74...
No, you're not getting any of my money.
98.
You just waste it. And I need it for light bulbs. Here's what you do. Okay. Here's what you do if you don't like, because I don't like it either. I don't like turning people away.
Yeah.
They're at your door.
I know.
It's very intrusive.
They walked all the way there.
It's very intrusive. I didn't ask for you to come over. I would be, I think, equally as upset if you just showed up. I don't want anyone coming by my house unannounced.
Yeah.
At any
I'm here
point
all the
in
time, but if I showed up, I was like, Kevin, dude.
What are you doing?
I just heard they installed some pretty sweet internet in your neighborhood.
So here's
Keep talking.
Here's what I do. You give a little, and then you get out of there. So I go. They were always like, who do I have the pleasure of talking with today?
That's exactly right. Except for this person who was like looking at my shoes.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? I hate my life. Give them your name. And then they're like, okay. And then they explain their pitch. And you're like, okay. And they're like, just real quick. And I got a contact number for you. That's it. That's the moment. You give them the number. I give them the number.
Yeah.
And they go, okay. And then you get out of there and go, listen, now is not really a good time. But if you want to text me your information, I'm so good at shutting people down at text. So I just...
Because you're not looking at them.
I'm not looking at them.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, the woman wasn't looking at you, and you still got it.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So that's what I do. I was like, now's not really a good time. I got to get back to you. Thank you so much. You got my number. And then they text you later going, I'd love to follow up. And I say, don't you ever come to my house again.
Don't you ever. If you show
I say,
again.
We're happy with our dryer filters or whatever.
And it's just one of those, like, it's more of a lesson in that to me, right? Just being honest with the person at the door. But I think what you said actually there was a good tip. You said just give them a little, which might mean like $10.
Nope, that's not what I meant. No, stop.
But here's the thing.
So bad with
here's
money.
The thing. No, here's the thing. 10 is a good leverage against the time. Time is money. If all I got to do is walk up and say, look, man, here's the thing. I don't have time for this right now, and I'm sorry you walked up here for me to do this to you. Here's $10. Consider this a tip. But I just need you to go away.
You're so bad with money. It's astounding.
You understand? That's a savings of upwards of $65.
Speaking of savings, my dumb dad moment.
Hey-o!
I had my parents. My parents were willing to come down and visit so that my wife and I could go on a date.
Now, what is for the other parents in the room, just explain to us generally what you would consider a date is.
I know a lot of people forget what a date is. It's easy. A lot of time has passed. Just look over at the couch or at the bathroom door where your partner is. That's how you two met. Anyway.
A date these days consists of like a glass and a half of wine while watching some holiday baking show and then falling asleep before 9:15 a.m. p.m. What's happening?
My wife and I have our date nights. At least we have the option of variety where we'll sit down on the couch in sweats.
Of television show, you're saying?
Should we pick up, because we've started all of these, should we pick up Hacks White Lotus, Ted Lasso. We haven't finished Ted Lasso. No, we haven't finished Ted Lasso.
What episode are we on?
Ted Lasso. I don't know. The guy was drunk, stumbling through the town. It was a really scary episode. It was very weird.
Why is it that you like avoid watching Ted Lasso, but you'll catch up with episode 17 of Survivor? You know what I'm saying? Like an original show that's captured the world.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because I don't know if it was a whole season dump or if they came out once a week with Ted Lasso, but either way, when season 2 was available, when the whole thing was available, so we've always just had the option. Whereas it's like, oh, we got to catch up. A new one just came out. I'm telling you.
It's like money burning a hole in your pocket. That's what it is.
I guess.
Like we can watch all of them right now. I don't feel like I should do that. Stretch it out a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. The binge model is going away. Okay, Netflix has admitted it's not working.
They're going back to once a week, once a month, maybe.
Once a month? No, that's too much. I get mad at season finales where I'm like, I have to wait 4 months.
But it wouldn't really be bad for a parent. Though you think about a parenting show that came out once a month, you'd think like I have plenty of time.
Yeah,
plenty of time to even watch the episode I missed.
That's 4 hours long. So anyway, my parents came and we went to see the Watkins Family Hour, which they perform at Largo every month. They're really cool, like a bluegrass band. They had like a Christmas show. It was very.
How many banjos on stage are we talking here?
I think just one. But
okay. Whoa, against the grain there, really.
L.A. It's all fake here in Tinseltown. But yeah, it was really fun. John C. Reilly showed up and he did a couple songs.
Sure.
He's a wild character. Anyway, so date night, we had a great time. Got home, kids were in bed, hanging out with the parents, and then my son comes out and he's really upset and he's wet the bed.
What time is this? 11, 12?
No, it's earlier than that. Probably like I'd say latest 10. Latest.
Okay.
10:30. But he comes out, he's really upset. The bed's wet. It happens. He's 3, even older. It happens. But we were just kind of like, oh, okay. So my parents have been babysitting them all night. We also kind of missed them. So my wife and I just jump into action. So my wife's with him in the she's with him in the kitchen because that's like we heard him crying. So she ran out there and their bedroom opens into the kitchen. So she met him in the kitchen. He's wet. So she takes him out of his clothes, wipes him down, picks him up, and is holding him. And I was like, all right, what do you need me to do? Oh, grab the sheets. I'll grab new sheets. I go grab new sheets. And I run by them, and I almost slip. And then and then I take like 2 more steps before I stop, and I go, you stepped in something. And I look down behind me and I'm wearing socks.
Okay.
Thank God. There's no shoes, but I'm wearing socks. There is a cow pie. Just
Wait.
Let me explain.
What? No. What do you mean, thank God you're wearing socks and no shoes?
Thank God I wasn't barefoot.
Well,
no, socks are better. It's a sponge.
I guess. It's still on your foot.
It wasn't the toe area. That would be worse. That would be the worst part. That's game over.
That's game over.
Reenact
Haynes.
Saw 1 and
See ya.
saw that foot off. I mean,
and they're my Bombas too. You know what I mean? Like,
Bombas is not a sponsor.
Please sponsor us.
But it was one of those you took the step, you're in action, you're moving fast, and then you stop and go. No, I know my house. We don't just have
Play-Doh.
We don't have a mossy patch in the middle of the kitchen. And I look, and my wife was holding him in such a strange way. She admits, she was like, I don't hold him that way. She was holding him with her forearms were his knees were the under part of his knees were locked into her forearms. So his butt was just hanging over. I mean, he was in the squatty potty position,
right?
Just being held.
So she's just squeezing it out of him. He's toothpaste.
He dumped out. He didn't get any on her. I mean, it was a clean cigar clip. I mean, she didn't get hit at all.
But there's mines in the kitchen.
There's mines,
landmines in the kitchen.
And I stepped right in it.
And gotcha.
And that was to be like, oh, I guess I should clean the kitchen first. My son wet the bed. What happened? Well, I had to clean the kitchen floor.
Uh-huh.
But you said he wet the bed. I sure did.
Yeah, well, it was just fecal matter. Just everywhere. Just everywhere.
And it's funny because your first reaction is always to be like, "Ah, God!" And then my wife's like, "What?" And I was like, "He's right there. He shit on the floor.
Well, there's bathroom. There's bathroom in the
Don't-
kitchen.
Don't move. Where did he? I know you can't see. He's your blind spot now. Don't move.
Why are you holding him like that?
Well, don't squeeze him like that.
He's like a Nerf gun of
Yeah.
poo.
Yeah, he sat shotgun.
That's okay.
So
That's good.
it was. I mean, it was very funny
You're
because
gonna-
my parents were just like on the couch. Couldn't see any of this happen,
Certainly could smell it.
and they came back, and we were like, "We're normally good parents."
Yeah. Normally, we put them to bed, and then we sit up for 10 minutes, and then we go to bed.
But in
and then things like this don't happen.
in the 30 to 38 seconds that we tagged back in as parents, my wife was holding my son who shit on the ground, and then I smushed it into the laminate, and we're not doing so great over here.
Did you guys have fun with
What about an extended
Grandma
stay?
and Grandpa? Like, well, they wouldn't let us go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, because it was gross. So
Because they said icky.
icky.
So don't squeeze me.
It was a pretty wild experience too, because you don't process it right away when you
No.
see you stepped in it. You know it's his. There's like 15% of you that's like, did the dog do that? And we all avoided it.
Yeah.
But then,
Well, there's also like the how.
well, here's the gross.
You know, like how, why did this happen? How did it happen? But none of that matters.
here's the gross thing.
because there's just poop on your
there's
floor.
poop on the floor. But like, here's the gross thing about being a parent. It's just like the regular thing about being a parent is
Mhm.
you be at a playground, you hear a kid cry when you can't see your own kid.
Mhm.
You like perk up for a second and go, not mine.
Yeah.
So
no,
anyway, I ran into my old boss, and same goes for the poop. Turned around, saw it, and I was like, for a second, I went, could be my dog. Nope, his is kind of a scatter, like a buckshot, and this is
like a buckshot.
I just mean there's little pellets everywhere. I don't mean that he actually. It's all at once. I just mean when you look at it.
Not like the tip of the spray can is dried a little, so it just shoots everywhere.
No, I mean when he does it, it's like a gangster trying to write Dick Tracy a message, you know? Thanks for sticking it out in this episode, everybody.
Oh my god. Okay. I want to. We have a dumb mom moment. I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's one of the best stories you've told in a while.
This is weird to say, but it was the most instantly fun poop involved dumb dad moment. Because like I've told it on other podcasts of like, I think the most upsetting, because it was my first child, was when my daughter had a blowout when my wife was in voting, and it was just like got in the car seat, and it was upsetting.
Sure.
Shook me to my core. Cut to this one. I mean, it's funny when it's happening. You're just like,
Yeah.
this is our life. Our life is disgusting. We made that comment once in front of my mom.
This is why
as
we
a
order,
jo- as
this is
a
why we
joke.
order out a lot.
Yep. We made that comment once in front of my mom as a joke, you know, that joking saying, this is why we can't have nice things. We gotta look that up. Who coined that phrase?
Oh, I don't know. I would like to know that. That's be a good origin one.
Anyway, we said that in front of my mom, and we go, this is why we can't have nice things. And she goes, looks me dead in the eye. I'm her youngest. I was the last to move out. She looks me dead in the eye and she goes, you buy nice things when they move out. I was like, all right.
Oh, okay.
All right. That
Wow, that's
seems uncalled for, but I remember my first
Cutting to
apartment
me.
and not wrong. By the way, guys, if you want to make a dumb parent submission, you guys can email us, dumbdadpod@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram. We're at the Dumb Dads on Instagram. So tell us your stories. Tell us your date night blunders, your Christmas light mistakes. Maybe you bought 4 internets. I don't know. Let us know.
4 internets. Okay, I'm gonna read a dumb parent submission. And
Who's it from?
they don't really sign it. I don't really want to shout out their username.
Do they have a first name?
Let's see. Maybe we could find that out in a second here. Can't really tell.
Google
private.
Maps their house. Just say their address. No names. All right. Well, sign your.
This is in
sign
response
your,
to.
sign your dumb parenting moments. If you want us to shout you out on the podcast, we'll be happy to shout out your handle as well. But we're not
sure.
going to do that in case you want to keep your stuff private.
For sure. But just in case we're not going to read. This is in response to the story you posted about, and you can quickly explain this, the dinosaur advent calendar you bought for your little buddy.
Okay, so everybody knows what an advent calendar is, and my son is 3, and I mean my son loves dinosaurs, who's 3. My daughter, who's 6, loves unicorns. Obviously, we're not going to get her a unicorn advent calendar. That sounds like a dumpster fire. There's different,
and both of these things debatable whether or not they even existed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is that what you're going to say?
The devil planted dinosaur bones to trick you.
To trick us.
What? Imagine. Okay. He's really good at burying stuff. Anyway, so we got my son a dinosaur advent calendar. Super excited about it. What a great fun gift. And day 1, he opens it, pops that out. He gets I think it was a Triceratops, day 1. Great first day. Good turnout. Day 2, he gets a pterodactyl. I mean, things are going great at this pace because we're like, oh, we're getting the regulars out of the way. All right, we're gonna be on Giganotosaurus by 13. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know dinosaurs now because of my kid. But we didn't make it to day 13, not because it's day 7 now, but because as I was doing the dishes, it's one of those moments. This is a dumb dad moment. It's one of those moments where you hear a sound, and in your brain you go, "It's not a great sound." Like in the back of your mind, though, you're not
just
like
paper ripping.
You know, it's not an emergency. Yeah, but not paper. You can tell it's thicker than paper. You don't give your kids stuff thicker than paper. They also shouldn't be ripping
there's like
stuff.
an adhesive attached to some plastic.
Yeah,
capsule.
there's some plastic kind of giving in between the rips. So I knew something was up, and then I hear my daughter go, "Oh no!" And I was like, doing the dishes, and I was like, "Okay, you got to address this." I go, "What happened?" My daughter goes,
Where did he poop this time?
Yeah, where is it? Well, hold on, don't turn on the lights. And
I'm in my bare feet.
Yeah, my bare feet this time. My daughter was like, "Oh, he did a bad thing," and I came in, and the advent calendar is just shredded, and it has all the dinosaurs in front of him, and I saw it and I went, "Oh man, what did you do?" And I didn't. I literally said it like that. I had like, "Oh, what did you do?" Like that, like just pure
a little
surprise.
disappointment.
A little disappointed. The look, of pure joy on his face.
Oh, good.
He wasn't scared. He wasn't upset. He looked at me and he goes, "Look, I found all my dinosaurs." Immediately. Yeah, your heart melts. You immediately are just like, all right, fine.
How can I be mad at you?
Like, also, what am I doing, by the way? You're 3. You don't understand the excitement. Like, my daughter is at the age where even she got a little bummed, not upset like he did, but like when we did day 1 with him, he wanted to open day 2. He didn't understand, which is part of the reason he ripped open the box. Was because he was like, "What do you mean I have to wait?" And I was like, "That's Advent every day until Christmas." He's like, "What's a day?" And I was like, "Good question.
What's a day?"
My daughter, on the other hand, was like bummed, but understood that's what it is. And now she doesn't care. Now she's like happy to do it every day because every day now she gets a gift and she gets to play with it. It's Lego, so all that stuff. But my son, just the look on his face, he was just like, "Yeah, this is great. I found all of them." It was honestly so easy.
And all it really boils down to is, you're right, it's a dumb dad moment, which is like that you left it around where he could grab it.
Yeah.
Because ideally, I mean, same thing. My daughter's 4. Not that, I mean, well, I was going to say not that. It is quite a bit different. A year at that age is a lot. From 2 to 6. It's like, that's a lot. So
she's a third older than him.
Yeah. Of a human life.
Yeah.
So, but it's true that sort of the same thing. She was upset, but then the second day it was okay. And then every day she asks a lot, but she does wait. But that's a big difference between being, I'm just going like, well, yeah, but I want them, so I'm going to get them. And you left them right there.
Yeah.
And then you went and did dish. What are we doing here? So I get this. It's just hilarious that he went for it. But yeah, it's like, what could you be mad at? You shouldn't have left it there. But also, how is he going to understand that? There's no way he's going to understand.
No.
Anyway, let's just call her Gemma. Let's see, Gemma, she messaged us on Instagram about that calendar, and she said, "Bad break. I feel for you. I had a total dumb mom moment.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to be a rock star and get ahead of wrapping gifts. Good on you, right? Do it early, get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to spend Xmas Eve wrapping at midnight, so I pulled all the unwrapped gifts for my 4-year-old into my newborn's unused room. I made sure to lock the door behind me.
Okay,
all
going
seems
great.
fine.
Going great
so
far.
far. Exactly. Exactly. We came home after a nice dinner out, date night there. Go upstairs, and I hear her say, "Oh my God!" My heart sank because I knew she was in the newborn's room. Mm-hmm. I started screaming, "Get out of there!" like I'm a crazy woman. She's yelling, "Why? I see Wild!" Paw Patrol's Cat Pack character, mm-hmm. Wild.
Okay.
Why is it in there? Why is Wild in there? My husband kept yelling, "Is she okay?" He was on the couch checking which internet was faster. So to be fair,
I guarantee you his ankles were still crossed. She okay?
Maybe even had his fingers folded behind his head.
Yeah.
He just kind of set it off to one side.
Not going to the hospital tonight. Game's still going.
She okay? He said he almost threw up his dinner thinking she was falling from our second story upstairs. Oh, she must have had a big reaction.
Oh, okay.
Nope, I ruined Christmas surprises because I didn't lock the door. I thought it was just one or two, but this morning she told me, she said with a sly smile and a twinkle in her eye, "I know there's a Hatchmall under Wild." Which means she knows there's all kinds of presents in there. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to wrap presents at midnight on Christmas Eve for the next 18 years. Mm-hmm. So thanks for sending it in. We relate to that on all levels. I'm sure a lot of parents do.
Thank you for sending that in.
Relating to, you're probably kids walking in on you, wrapping Christmas presents. I've not gotten there yet, but I love that she took the time to like lock the door when she's wrapping some of the gifts. But then they go out for the evening. She just shuts the door behind her because that's what you normally do because no one occupies that room.
Yeah.
Easy to do, but... Yeah. That's a bummer.
All right. I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yep.
Again, send us your submissions. That's great. Please, as we said, subscribe to the podcast. So and every new podcast subscriber between now and December 23rd, we will donate $5 to No Kid Hungry. And check out No Kid Hungry. They're a really great organization. They're really awesome, and we're happy to be supporting them.
Especially this time of year. I mean, every month of the year, but especially this time of year.
For sure.
It feels good. So
again, we are on YouTube. We're The Dumb Dads, which is our handle on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at The Dumb Dads across the board now.
Social media.
Socially
on the internet.
So check all that stuff out. We also have merch. If you guys are shopping for Christmas gifts, you guys can go to our merch shop. The link's in our bio. You guys can get Dumb Dad
If your kid
Club
takes a
stuff.
dump in the kitchen, you got to pick it up with something. So grab a couple of our shirts.
We don't have Dumb Dad socks yet.
No,
well, we will work on that.
We should work on that.
Yep. We'll work on
Proof.
it by the next one. We will have that. But thank you to Ed Verdu on SoundCloud for giving us the intro and outro of this podcast. And thanks as always to my lovely wife, Annie, for editing this podcast. Evan, do you have a joke so bad that they're good?
So bad that they're good.
Your book.
Right here. I queued one up. What did the digital clock say to the grandfather clock?
Bite me.
It says, "Look, Grandpa, no hands."
Oh. Okay. I mean,
it's a technology joke.
Yeah, but mine's digital and has hands.
That's
they're
right.
Not real, but they're...
Yeah, there's really no such thing as digital. Okay.
Okay,
Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.
Real quick. Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?